What's up, guys? Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another Market Watch, and today we're going to be looking over the entirety of GFP2 now that it's actually out. It's officially out. It's May 6th. Today is May 6th. The time is currently 1:28 p.m. and we've got a lot of things to talk about for this set. So there's a lot of things that can be considered really good penny stocks. We're going to be talking about those, and we're also going to be looking at the ghost prices. And you know, now that it's 1:30 p.m., we've seen a lot of prices go down a lot and then kind of stabilize. So now a lot of these prices are actually real, actually stable. So that's pretty cool. We still have like a lot of these ghosts are still like just going down very, very heavily, very, very quickly, but are selling along the way a few times. So it's like kind of weird. But we'll look at each one of these ghosts individually, and then we'll just pretty much talk about the prices of all the ultra rares and where they're at. But yeah, DMG is a really interesting case. So you guys know it had sales at like huge prices, but now we've had a lot of crazy sales. So we had a 422, 960, then an 8, and then a 7, and then 480, then 5, back to 560, 570, 550, 550, all that kind of stuff. And that's where all the pre-sales were, and all the pre-sales sold out around 550, with the 5% off on Yugioh daily and tier 0 and stuff. But now, there's a lot of 450 sales in the last couple days. We are even down to 420 now, a good bit of 420 sales today. So, and listing down 418, but it's now pretty stable around this 420, 400 rate, to be honest. We have a light play here at 400 and a stinky mod play here at 400. But then it starts to become, near mint 418. So I think 420 is a pretty real price for this card. It could definitely still like go down a little bit more with people getting their late cases and stuff like that. However, I think there's a pretty real price now. It definitely has room to grow over the future, like once this card or once this set stops being opened like so frequently. But looking at the amount of listings, all of them have around like 50 plus, except for these three: Sphere Mode, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Dark Magician Girl. But they're not like far behind with listings. They're only like 35, so it's not like a low listing kind of thing. It's just like actually selling stuff now, which is kind of cool. So it's like a real price. Blue Eyes White Dragon is sitting around about 250, which isn't bad. Yesterday, pre-sales were like 400, and then as soon as it got listed at midnight, I saw this going down all the way down to like 300. Now it's sitting around 250 with a heck of a lot of sales here. 250, whoa, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250 all the way down. The latest sales today on 5/6 were 280, 300. So a couple of people paid a little over, but 250 seems pretty real. There's a lot of listings. It's actually being sold a lot at 250, so pretty realistic prices, about 250 for Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it's not bad at all. We have Red Eyes. Oh, and that does probably have room to grow, but there's already a cooler ghost. Well, I don't know. This is a better print. And like an actual better ghost. Like this is a ghost. The other one is like a gold ghost. So I don't know. This could definitely go up. 250 is not bad. Like 250 is not bad at all. But like, I don't know. Buying stuff near mint on here is gonna be like kind of dicey because like most of the near mint stuff you buy on here is probably gonna be LP. That's just like the LP, like the quality control, and you can't even blame it other than like Konami. Like the quality control has just been like complete ass on this set. Like you can't even argue. It's just bad. There's like spots on them, there's scratches, there's glue sometimes, there's just like nicks on the sides, on the corners, on the edges. Like the quality control for these ghosts are just like bad. I don't know, they did like bad with it this time, but oh well, they did last time too. So here we have 170 near mint listings, goes up to 180, 190 pretty quick, but still like pretty good amounts of listings, and not a lot of people like buying these cards. Damn, light play, 8 listed. It's weird. 170, 170, 170, 190, 170, 220. So this is a pretty normal price. It definitely has room to go up a little bit. If DPE or something like along that engine got hit and makes Dragoon playable, but I think everybody at this point knows that or is expecting Anaconda to get banned instead of anything else. Like what would they do? Ban Celestial? Put Fusion Destiny to 1. Okay, put it to 1. We don't care. We're gonna make Anaconda. We don't care. So like, I don't know. Dragoon's kind of gonna get a lot of collateral damage with Vert getting banned, and that doesn't really help this card's case. But you know what? 170 for Ghost Red Eyes Black Dragon, that's still pretty good. I feel like that's not too low or too high. Like, I think that's a fair price. Next we have Cyber Dragon, and this is a really interesting case because this is one that the pre-orders were like 200, and I was like, this is pretty tempting. Like, this card, it's like a timeless ghost. I can't imagine this won't go up because like Cyber Dragon's always like filtering back into rotation of like a playable deck. Not very good, but like playable, you know, and you can like, a lot of people enjoy the deck. They play it, you know, to like locals level and stuff, and it randomly gets tops. You guys remember like Orcus format where like Cyber Dragon Orcus became like one of the best decks for a little while, like out of nowhere. Like, go second Orcus Cyber Dragon just killed you. Like, you didn't have a prayer, you just lost. Like, that was cool. This card just randomly will like cycle back into the game. It also has like the best overlap of all these cards because it's played in Edison format. It's played in like basically any past format where the card is legal. It was played in, like in troves. Like, you would play this card multiples in every deck. You know, like Edison. It's a 2 of in a lot of decks, but it's also in the side if you're not maining the card. It's inside because like you play against machine decks, boom, you go second, oh boom, good card. Also like it has the most overlap in like cubes and stuff. Like, I know max rarity cubes isn't like huge, but there's like, I know you know, multiple. I know one person that max rarity cubes. No, I know multiple people that max rarity cubes, and I know myself, and I go pretty hard on cube rarities as well. So like, yeah, I think this is a really doable, like, this has every avenue, right? It has past format potential, it has cube potential, it has casual potential, because, like, Cyber Dragon is one of the most, like, commonly played casual decks with, like, blue eyes, and then it also has, like, potential to be playable again in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I don't know. I think 130 sounds pretty cheap for me for this card. That being said, I'd still probably try to get it online, like, on Facebook or something, so I can try to get a deal. But like, still 130, that's a really reasonable price. And a lot of people agree there's a lot of sales at 130 today. And a lot of like 150s and 200 sales. Not like a lot, but a good couple of 150 sales today. And now that they're 120 to 130, people are buying them again. So I think 130 makes sense for this card. I don't think it's really going to hit much lower than that. So I think this is a fine time to pick up this card. That being said, you know, there's still going to be a lot of people opening cases in the next couple days, and so maybe, and you can't really like argue with the price chart, right? Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just going down. So like, now we've hit like a pretty stable price point, like a lot of sales at 130 and a lot of listings at 130, but that could definitely change. It could continue to go down. People are like, now everybody that bought them like has them, don't really like want to buy them. That being said, like, people are still going to buy this card, but like, you know, it could still get lower. Probably not that much lower. Next we have Dark Dragon, Dad, Ghost Rare. Another, you know, price point that's not very good, but the price point itself is really, really good, actually, in my opinion. 90, 90, 100, 100, 100, 90, 100, 100, 100. So, and now we have actual list at 90. Yugioh Daily, 6 of them. 87, 90, near mint, $88. Like, that's really good. This is another card. It has a lot of past format potential. It has a lot of, like, you know, like, you're going to play this card in Edison, Dad, like, literal Dad format. It has a format, Teledad. I think a lot of people for, like, past formats tend to get, like, the max rarity then if they're going to play max rarity. So, like, a lot of players would opt to go Secret First for this instead of, you know, the new Gold Rare. Or they get the Ulti instead of the new Ghost Rare. I didn't mean Gold Rare. I meant Ghost Rare. But, yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people definitely like to get, like, and I consider Ulti max rarity for this card still over Ghost, like, by far. But a lot of people consider Ghost max rarity for that. That's understandable. That's understandable. Like, it is technically the highest rarity, right? Because Ghost is, like, over Ulti and stuff. Maybe Starlight's over it, max rarity, but we don't have a Starlight Dad. But really what I'm saying is this has a lot of avenues of play. Once again, it can fit into cubes. It fits into a lot of past formats. I don't really see this card like coming back in real Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless there's, like, an armed dragon, like, thing that's good. This card's at 2, I think. It could come back to 3, and I don't think it would change the game. But still, it's a cool card. It's Dad, man. You know, it's like, it's one of those cards that, like, old players come back into the game and they're like, Dad's at 3? You know, like, it's crazy. Like, I had somebody, like, a while ago, they were like, Gores is at 3? And I'm like, yeah, don't play Gores. But, like, you know, Dad is still, like, a really good card. It's a really powerful card. But I don't really see it getting played again in Yu-Gi-Oh! But still, 90 is not a bad price, and it's, once again, it's seeing a lot of listings, it's seeing a lot of sales at this 90 price. It really seems to be evening out. So, you know, I'm not saying it's bad buy. It's actually the best time that you could buy this card the whole time, right? Because it is currently the lowest that it has been. So next we have Sphere Mode. This card's like kind of just like going down again, you know. But it is hitting that wall of a lot of sales and a lot of listings. So once again, it's a pretty real price, around $80. We're seeing $82 near mint listings, $75 near mint or first edition. I'd still probably recommend trying to, you know, check Facebook and stuff because a lot of people are opening the set. So you can definitely find people that are selling the set, cards out of the set. You can get 10% off, 15% off, 20% off sometimes just by going on your Facebook pages. So definitely use all the resources. But if you decide you just want to use, you know, TCG Player, you want to have this, it's now $80 instead of like the $150 pre-orders. I don't blame you. And if you do, use my TCG affiliate link. I don't think I even said that at the beginning of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. TCG affiliate link. I'll do it at the end. I'll do it at the end. Don't worry. I'll do it at the end. Anyway, Sphere Mode, $80. Not a bad price. You know, not the best price. $80 is still a lot for that card. But this is not like the reprint that we needed for this card to be cheap, because I'm pretty sure Sphere Mode, like every copy is like $20 or something, or maybe like 10. But like, okay, 8, whatever. Okay, it's not just like a very cheap 1-to-1. Okay, next we've got Ultimate Dragon, and this is 63 now. It's funny, one of my friends pulled this, and he posted it on, we have like a smaller Facebook page for like our local community, and one of my friends, like a vendor guy, he goes 70. At the time it was like 150, and he was like, oh, it's 63 now. Should have taken the 70. Should have taken the 70. I didn't tell him to take the 70, but I was like, you need to sell that card. It's not going to stay 150. One dude bought it at 150. 85, 85, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. 63. This is pretty low. I think, you know, one day this should be not this low. But in the meantime, 63 is going to continue to go down. I don't think the demand is there for this card. This card in particular. And look, even the pictures have bad quality control. They have specs all over it. Look at that. It's funny. That's funny. That even the pictures have that. But anyway, yeah, 63, it's not crazy. It does have a lot of listings, not quite as many sales as like most of the other cards. It's still a good bit of sales today. What's that? 8 sales today around the 63 price. However, like we instantly blow that number out of the water with 8 right here between those two sales, and then we also have 10 and then 4 or listings, not sales. And that's just the first page, and it doesn't even jump. It jumps to 70. And then we have like a huge price while it's 70. So it's like, yeah, I think that the demand is just not there for this one. It doesn't really have like the same avenues of play like that cards like Cyber Dragon, Dad, Sphere Mode have. In fact, Ultimate Dragon has 0 avenues of play. Maybe like a really old past format, but I still think you're never summoning that card. Maybe off Cyberstein because he's 4,500. He's kind of tall. That's really all I can think of. Anyway, next we have our last Ghost Rare that I'm in pain seeing that this card is the cheapest one. I mean, I'm not actually physically in pain because I want copies of this card. Well, it's not the cheapest one. We have Tomias, and that's like a stink fest of its own. But here we have Red Dragon Archfiend. Once again, an evened out price for the most part. We have a lot of sales. This one has a lot of sales today. A lot of sales today. 20? It's pretty good. Although I said 8 was low, so 20 isn't actually high. 20 is like pretty medium. But this card, in my opinion, has the best avenues of play. You know, bar Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon's more. But this is really good in past formats. Edison is really, really popular. And we do have Ulti, you know, Red Dragon Archfiend, which a lot of players would consider max rarity because it was also max rarity then, and a playable version then. However, that's not always the case. A lot of players do play like max rarity. It's like AP cards like Dandelions and Debris Dragons and stuff. So it's not actually like, oh, you know, I'm not going to play the Ghost because it wasn't out then. A lot of players don't do that. But a lot of players do that. So, you know, you have Red Dragon Archfiend here. Really cool collector card for Edison format. A card that I really need to get. I have an Ulti one in my Edison deck. Or in my, you know, max rarity Edison extra deck. But I would like an Ulti or a Ghost. And it's at $70. And that's not bad. And then we look at the actual prices. Yeah, $70. That's not bad. There was a lot of sales today at 60. Like a lot of them here. I mean, not a lot, like 6. But then it kind of evened back out to the 70 price. And now we have some sales at 70. And we've got a good bit of listings at 70. So 70 seems like a pretty real price for this card, which I think is pretty good. you know, you can check your Facebook groups, check people locally. Maybe you can get this card for 50, 60 bucks, which is pretty good because, you know, that's really cheap. We had Unlim Red Dragon Archfiends, Ulti Unlim, like mod in light play, sitting around like, you know, like 50, 60, $70. We're seeing it go down a bit now, probably. Yeah, mod play and limb like $45 and stuff. That's mod play and limb. Like, who cares about mod play and limb? What's like click first ed, and then you have light plays at like 200, and then 1 year mint at 350 because 1 year mint he makes his price. So like this like isn't really impacted by the price, but it's look at them. Like, they're so cool. They're so cool. Yeah, I think this is not a bad buy. I think as far as ghosts go, I think Cyber Dragon's not bad. It's around the price that it should be for a little while, and then it'll go up eventually, hopefully. And then Dad is also kind of like evened out, but Dad still has like potential to go down a bit. And then Red Dragon Archfiend is really low compared to what it should be, in my opinion. But I also think there's not as much like people looking out for this card as there should be. So this could still go down a little bit more, but I think it's unlikely. I think this is probably the lowest price we'll see it. It already hit 60 and then is back to 70 and now has a lot of listings and a lot of sales at 70. So I think 70 is realistic for a while. And once this set stops being cracked as much, I think that card should be $100. And I think Cyber Dragon should probably be like 150 to 200. And I think Dark Arab Dragon should be around 100. That's kind of how I see those cards going. Is these three should be a little more expensive, but not like too much more expensive to where you need to like buy them right now from TCG. But I'm not saying it would be a bad idea to buy them from TCG right now. Use my link. Did I click at the right time? I keep doing that where I click at the wrong time. I'm like off. Anyway, yeah, so a lot of like cool stuff in the ghost. And then we have Stinky Guy here, 55. That's fine. This card could go cheaper. There's already sales at cheaper. LP first, or LP for 40. Was that a 46 LP? Okay. So yeah, like 50, 55. Like, I don't know. This card's not that good. Like, I mean, it literally is not going to see play in anything. I don't know. There's like, I guess like some Dark Magician players might play it, but not that Dark Magician's good though. It's cool. I really have like, there's a couple like cracked cards in there. Like you have Dragoon, you have Souls. Like there's like really good cards in the archetype. But yeah, that's all the ghosts. So now we're gonna like look into this a little bit less, you know, with less of a little like of a big brain. But we're at 18 minutes, so I'm gonna make the rest of this like kind of short, but we're still probably gonna be around like 30 minutes. Excuse me. I got like real bad allergies today. So we have Aliber. Sitting here around 20. That's pretty understandable. It is being sold a lot though, but it also like look at the quantities. 235 here. You have 50. You have 100. This is just a $20 card for now. It could definitely go up a bit. You know, if every deck, like all the Brave stuff gets hit, you have Halc, you have, you know, Auroradon combos, you have Anaconda stuff getting hit. Like if all of that stuff gets hit, like Despia doesn't get hit, like it's probably the best deck post, you know, ban list pre-Splight format, which is Nat's format. We do have a little like a bunch of sleeper decks and stuff that maybe we'll talk about in the future, but for now it's definitely looking like Despia is like probably pretty safe from the ban list, and also probably the best deck now, one of the best decks now, but probably the best deck now, and then it's probably going to be the best deck post ban list. So I think like Aluber at $20, like it's not bad. I don't think it's really going to go down much. Like it'll probably get price differential a little bit down, but also like bought at huge quantities. I mean, like let's look at the sales. It just doesn't stop. This card like is just being sold at like troves of play sets. Like, I mean, it just doesn't stop. You know what I mean? So like, it makes sense. Like this 235 listing, I'm sure when I refresh here and like at the end of the video, we'll look again and see what this number is, and it'll be lower. I can assure you, it will be lower. So that's a Luber. $20 is pretty fair. I don't think it'll go up. I don't think it'll go down. I think it'll go down maybe a couple dollars, but I don't think it'll go up until post ban list or anything. But this is the most sought after card in the set. I mean, everybody knows that. Next we have Halc, sitting around $7 now. 635, 240, huge listings. There's another card that's just being bought at crazy rates. I mean, you know, shall I? Right? Shall I go through it? Now we did have the beginning of the day. It was lower. It was sitting under $5 actually. I remember because I checked the price are around 12:30. Midnight, a little after midnight. Everybody can start selling, so a lot of people that crack stuff is going to start doing it. Price differentialing every few minutes. You know the drill. That's how it goes. We always have the lowest prices early in the morning of the day drop. That's always how it goes, and then they get bought up to its real price. So, if you guys were buying these cards, the Halcs at under $5, cool, but it's, still $6.35. Like, that's not like big brain vendor price or anything. Like, you're not getting a huge deal, but if you're getting it to play it, you're getting a fine deal, right? That's how it is. I bought one yesterday at locals for $5. I shouldn't have. I should have waited and bought it for less than $5 on here, but dude, I'm not gonna worry about 60 cents, right? Like, I'm gonna cry over those 60 cents. No, we're fine. So yeah, Halc, it's a little over like $6 now. You would like buy it for $5 from someone, you know what I mean? It's like $6.35, maybe $4, and probably $6 or probably $5. Like, it's just how it works now. But yeah, that's a pretty realistic price. I don't see this going up or down, and I do see it like going up, like if it doesn't get hit, but I think people are very hesitant on this card. Because it's very likely to get hit. Next, you have things like Borel and Dragon sitting here around like $3. That's just a pretty realistic price. Once again, a lot of sales. It's a card that makes Dragon Link a little cooler. It's fine. It's fine. Galaxy Soldier. This is a card that actually, looking at the listings, it is like a lot lower than most cards are in listings. Actually, it's not. Actually, I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong. Excuse me. But yeah, it's around $3, and that's like a real price. It was around like $2 at the beginning of the day today. If you want to like get pretty deep here in the sales history, it was around like $2. Yeah, a lot of like 145s, 260, 150, 140, 140, 160. It was around like midnight, 130, 130. So it was like $1.50, which you could have gotten it at, but now it's $3. So like that's good. If you bought your Galaxy Soldiers at that time. It's okay. We need to find some values in this set. Like, there has to be ultras that are worth a couple bucks, right? So the other one is Ferris. That's the next one at $3, and that's fair, right? This was also down to like $1.50 or like $2, which was criminally low, right? This card was like 50 or 60 bucks right before this reprint. Like $3 is very fair. Riss, very fair. Riss. I hope you didn't laugh. If you laughed, that's okay. I made the joke, so I'm glad you laughed. Anyway, we got Banshee, Necro Banshee, sitting around like $2.50, so it's like $1. So or it's under. I'm pretty sure it's under $1. At one point, yeah. There's like a lot of sales, like under $1. So yeah, now it's like $2.50. You could call it $3 with shipping, because like it's really so pretty wild, You have stuff surging back up. That's always how it goes. Hope Harbinger like $2. This was 50 cents. You have Vishuda's low amount of listings, 15 listings. I mean, this is pretty warranted. Yeah, it's not 75 cents. It's actually like 2 and some change, realistically, because like are you gonna buy this one for $2.50? Okay, do it. If you're spending $2.50, right? Like, you got this one dude with one. Maybe this guy has a bunch of cards from this set that you want. I don't know. But yeah, so everything's like really surging back up. We have Tragedy at around like $1. That makes sense. It only came common before. Dark Magician of the Dragon Knight, like 50 cents. Monju, like 50 cents. Dugaris, like $1. This could definitely be a solid penny stock. This card should probably be more once this card's like, or once this set is like less in rotation. This is a cool import, but it really only deserves its dollar price. Increase at $1 is pretty good. Draglubian 70 cents. This is like maybe a good penny stock. This is good for the rank 8s, but like whatever, it's not that good. Dramaturge is wild to see at 70 cents. Rizza is absolutely wild to see at 50 cents. Why does this have so many listings compared to everything else? I don't know. That's weird. But it's really like $1, which is still just like criminally low. Like, what? This card was like 60 bucks. It's $1. It's wild. We have like things like Ashna. I mean, this whole engine at Ultra Rare, like the whole engine together is like a penny stock. That's really cool. We have Ultra Zombie World. That's a penny stock. Retaliating Sea at 30 cents. That's okay. It's I guess a penny stock. We have Santoria at 50 cents, which is crazy. You guys are gonna want one of these for Splight, so this probably isn't a bad idea to buy. Yourself a copy. It's $1. You find it. You have a bunch of people at locals like buying this set right now. You can definitely get a lot of these cards for like $1 trade, or like $1, whatever, right? It's $1. It's not that bad. Balladrotch is another one that like feels like it should be more expensive, but like this set is just being opened so much, and these cards are being so pulled so much. Like these cards are warranted at their price. Glow Up Bloom at 30 cents. This was $5. Now we're gonna be talking about actual penny stonks. This is a penny stonk. Mystical Shine Ball Ultra Rare. This should be more expensive, but obviously not right now because like huge quantities. But yeah, this is a card that like Agents is a very good past format deck. You know, you play 2011 format like Tengu Plants. This is a really, really good deck. It's like 30, 50 cents. This is definitely a penny stock. I'm not saying to go buy 1 million copies of it right now from TCG Player, but I'm sorry, dude. My allergies are insane. But Mystical Shine Ball, it's not a bad idea to just have copies of, right? Like get them from your friends, like that pulled them. I think so. I think it's a good idea. Next week, all right. I'm gonna blow my nose. I got. All right, right back at it. But anyway, what were we talking about? Mystical Shine Ball. That's a good penny song. Next is Cameratech Fortress Dragon. I was really thinking that the Ultra from Jump was like the like a big move. And then I you know didn't really buy that many copies of it, and it got immediately Ultra reprinted in here. Obviously, this is not nearly as good as the Jump. The Jump is still obviously like way cooler in max rarity, but this card's 50 cents. This is one hell of a penny stonk. This card, this is like my favorite penny stonk from the set, I think. Cameratech Fortress Dragon. The commons, they're probably down now. The commons were $5. Now like $3, $4. Like $3 or $4. We have Dusa Ultras at $6. They were like $9. Golds, they were like 5. But yeah, a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty wild. This card's like 50 cents. Look at all the prices of all these cards, even common. Like this card won't be 50 cents for forever. It won't be. And if you go and buy 100 of them, use my TCG affiliate link. It costs you no extra time or money. Directly supports the channel. Like the ASMR. Okay, we also got this guy. This guy's cool. This was like 20 bucks for some reason. A Vampire Sucker, that's a cool reprint. Wandering King Wild Wind, this is a really good reprint. This was like 20 bucks before this, and it was like weird and niche and could fit into like small world bridges and stuff. It was weird. But this card's good, so you know, cool. It's easily accessible now. Wow. Cupid Pitch Ultra, that's cool. Ultra Dotscaper, that's cool. Vion, that's cool. None of these cards are like incredible penny stonks, so this card's like good, but probably is gonna get like hit in some form on the next list. Like Auroradon or Halc is gonna get hit. Venus Ultras, that's a penny stonk. Final Sigma was like $10, and now it's not. Beast Coltwing Ultra, that could be a penny stonk. It's cool. Definitely would be like $1 down the line. Ultra Yazi, so 20 cents. Like that's so cheap. Math Mech Edition, it's like 20 cents. That was like $10. Wild. Ultra Despia card, that's cool. I think Theater only came common before. This is big. Mary, that was like $10. It only had the print in the one thing. We have Rare Fish, we have Mystical Sand, cards that are expensive that really shouldn't be. Lantern, another card that like needed that reprint. Cyber End Dragon, Malefic Cyber End, that was like $8. Zero King Rage, that was like $8. Gigamantis Ultra is a really interesting reprint, but really cool. That's probably it. 9 Pillars is maybe a penny stonk. More Ready Fusion Targets is cool. Baxia Ultra is kind of cool. That's really it. I mean, I don't think anything else here is going to be like good down at this like bottom end of these cards. Yeah, nothing else here really catching my eye. So that's really it for what we're talking about, and that's going to be it for the video. Pretty big set. A lot of really good stuff. A lot of penny stonks that I would definitely like really recommend getting. Mystical Shine Ball, Cameratech Fortress Dragon, Vision Hero cards, like the good ones, Increase and Ferris. You have like even Galaxy Soldiers. Like it's not a penny stonk, but it's $3, and it could be more. But probably not for a while, right? Like probably not for a while, but yeah. And then as far as like the ghosts themselves, I think Cyber Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, and Red Dragon Archfiend should be a little higher. I think all these are pretty real here at their price, but also DMG will be higher one day, and so will Blue Eyes probably, and so will Red Eyes probably. In Ultimate, $63, which is pretty low, but like the demand for that is just way less than every other ghost in the set, even Sphere mode. Not Tamias though. Tamias is the bottom. Anyway, that is it for the video. Look at that. We're right around 30 minutes. That's kind of what I wasn't really shooting for, but I did after like 15 minutes. Anyway, long-winded outro. Out of the way. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Makes a big difference. It really does. And then mostly subscribe. Do that one. If you only want to do one thing today, subscribe to my channel. Boom. Also, TCG affiliate link down in the description down below. You just click it, shop, check out. Directly supports the channel, costing you no extra time or money. You gotta love this spiel. Anyway, that's it. Have a good day. Goodbye.